there's a sort of, how do I put it, there's a sort of pressure to feel like you need to know what you need to do next. And whereas I'm saying, okay, find out the gaps that you have to where you want to go, it is all, of course, based on the assumption that you know where you want to go. But sometimes you don't know where you want to go, and it's totally okay. Honestly, even people who seem to be in spaces where they're enjoying, where they're thriving and all that, there are quite a number of things that they have not figured it out yet. Hi guys, welcome to Thriving Nuggets YouTube channel. In this channel, I share nuggets on how to thrive in your career and your own personal development. There's a bit of inclination towards the law career because that's the career that I'm in, but I also share very general videos on general career tips, nuggets that I have learned along the way. And this is based on my own personal experience. It's not prescriptive. I'm not a professional. I don't know career coach or anything, but it's just lessons that I have learned along the way that I want to share to pay it forward. So welcome to this video. In today's video, I'm going to share a video that I really wanted to share actually back in 2021, and I didn't get to share, and have been saying when I get back, this is a video that I'm going to talk about. And I don't know if I can talk about getting back anymore. It's like I'm already old here. Can't say, oh, now I'm back and all those things. Anyway, and that's talking about that season where you have completed your pupillage. You have been retained. Maybe you are doing your pupillage in a law firm. You have been retained, but you are holding over. You've not been admitted to the bar. You know that season. Or you have finished your pupillage and the law firm is not retaining anymore, and you're back at home from square one. You know what, that period, you finished pupillage, you're not yet admitted to the bar. And something we had discussed actually with a friend of mine, I don't know if he remembers. We're talking about having that post-pupillage anxiety where you are like, oh my God, I do not know what I am doing. And really talking about things that are there. I think one thing to realize, especially during that season, people do so many things. There are people who they have already enrolled to their masters and they are going to come back during admission to get admitted and go back. There are people who already have certain family law firms, they have gone to them. There are people who have gotten this, big job opportunities that do not even require the admission to the bar in the first place. There's so many paths. And I think one thing which I actually shared in the video where I shared about my 2-year bar anniversary, and one of the things is the realization of that there's different paths, and the fact that you need to really stick on your own race, but also, I don't want to say enjoy the process because it's not enjoyable. There's a lot of anxiety, especially if there's uncertainty. But also know at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes uncertainty is an opportunity to figure out exactly what you would love to do. And whether or not it's not in sight, I feel like uncertainty sometimes makes you think harder. Because when you already have something to do, sometimes it may even block you to thinking about, is this what I really want in the first place? Because you have something, you have a placeholder there. But even if you have a placeholder already, thinking about their different lanes, their different possibilities, what possibility would I want to get? But also knowing it's a season, because there are some opportunities you're not able to get because you're not admitted to the bar. But as long as there's that time that will come, you'll be admitted to the bar. Also being okay with just staying back. Honestly, one thing that I have always been saying, do you see those moments that I had that I finished school or I finished the semester and I'm not doing much? I really wish I just took in those moments and just enjoyed the mundane of sleeping, waking up, watching something and doing all those things. Because now when you go to this other side, it's not just work and going back home. There are so many things to think about. I mean, the other day I was talking about professional courses. So I think that's one. Number two is, do not be afraid to take unconventional routes and to pivot. Follow your interests. I had a friend who actually post-pupillage had that opportunity to, okay, I wish I watched your video, but anyway, I learned from you and don't brag about it. But I had a friend who he had an opportunity to get retained but he knew for sure this is the path I want to take. And it feels like that's like a very, how do I put it, a very ripe moment for you to actually like do not crazy things, but pivot, do more, and just go into a path, whether it's bringing fruit right now. You get, I feel like it's you're younger, and I don't know, like I feel like the risk, what is it called, risk, that the level of risk and risk averse, you're not risk averse as such, as opposed to where you have stuck at a certain place for 10 years and you don't know any other thing other than that, and you have not taken time to move off. And that is the time like he did a lot of certifications, and in as much as he was in the waiting of getting a job he did in the area that he wants to work in, that became like a moment of, I'm going to take all these certifications that I need to get into this area. I know that my law degree and just this how do I put it, in this postgraduate diploma at the Kenya School of Law is not enough for me to get into this area, so I'm going to go and take those certifications, get those courses and do those things. And that's why I say, even in that period of uncertainty, it's thinking about what is it that I am lacking, or like is a gap in, you know, my resume, in my CV, that I can actually fill within this moment. And for me, that approach that he took, I think it was really bold and also like very smart. And yeah, that's another lesson. And the other one is relish the moments. There's a sort of, how do I put it, there's a sort of pressure to feel like you need to know what you need to do next. And whereas I'm saying, okay, find out the gaps that you have to where you want to go, it is all, of course, based on the assumption that you know where you want to go. But sometimes you don't know where you want to go, and it's totally okay. Honestly, even people who seem to be in spaces where they're enjoying, where they're thriving and all that, there are quite a number of things that they have not figured it out yet. And just realizing that makes you have a certain comfort and to relish in the moment and to use this moment to figure yourself out and to take time to think about, what do I want? Try out new things, do courses out of curiosity, see what sparks joy in you and figure out. But there has to be a continual movement that is happening at the end of the day, and not settling and being comfortable because you think that things are not particularly panning out the way you wanted them to pan out. And in connection to that, you can actually go to the conventional path as you figure out what you want to do. So maybe you want to be entrepreneurial and start your own farm, but you realize that you don't have as much networks in terms of clientele or money. You can go to the conventional path as you build up towards that. So actually all these things, if I would say it in 1 minute, in a 1 minute video, it would be that there is no one size fits all, that there is no one linear way to do it, there is no formula to it. Like, it's you looking at your own situation and seeing, what can I apply in my own situation? And that liberates you completely. It really does liberate you. And at the end of the day, all these things are you know, geared towards looking at yourself as a brand. And I am a brand. And honestly, what made me, and I know maybe I've said it a lot in a lot of the videos that I have done, but seeing yourself as a brand means that you are looking at yourself as not a product, but you know, as you know, when you're selling a product, you say, these are the like the strengths of this product, and this is what it does, and this is what you're able to do. And where this idea of personal brand came up was during an interview for my pupillage interview, actually, where I ended up doing my pupillage. And one of the things they asked me is that, what's your personal brand? What do people know you for? And I remember answering, and I was talking about in campus what people knew me for. Like, you see Anne, you see Mutkot, you see Anne, you see what, you see KMUN, you see Anne, you see ICJ, and all those things. And what that thing has stuck with me, looking at myself as a brand, so that then if you go to the workspace, you admit to the bar, you go to the workspace, you will not be lost in the whole thing of trying to fit yourself to the place, but also thinking about yourself and your own personal brand. Because truth be told, one day that opportunity could go, or you could be declared redundant or anything, but what will stay is your own professional brand. So how did you hone it? How did you present it? How did you work towards building it and bettering it and making it thrive at the end of the day? So yeah, it's really a short video, but I really want, this is an encouragement in case you're in limbo. Honestly, you could already be admitted to the bar, but you're still in limbo and in so much uncertainty. Guys, people have not, like, how do I put it, like, so many people are winging it. I feel like everyone is just winging it in life, and at the same time I think it's just doing the best with the circumstances that you have. I know it's easier said than done. When you're in that situation, you're like, oh my god, I just want to sleep and just wish this away, but it's here. So I think one of the things is just to constantly remember what is in my control and what can I do right now. The courses I can take, are there places I can volunteer, are there, with the end in mind of this is the person I want to be, this is the brand I'm building for myself. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Leave a comment down below if there's something that resonated with you and you'd like to share in the comment section, or if there's an extra tip or something that you learned navigating that season in case you were in limbo or were trying to figure things out for yourself. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.